From the tropical forests of Asia to the scorching deserts of Australia, from the fields of India to the deep waters of the ocean, these 10 snakes are among the most dangerous in the world. Lethal neurotoxins, tissue-destroying venoms, and nearly invisible strikes reveal the silent power of evolution. Discover real species that combine speed, potency, and strategy in an impressive ranking of nature at its most extreme. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Now, let's get started. Number 10. The Eastern Diamondback Rattlesnake. The sound that may be the last thing you hear. In the warm silence of the sandy plains of the southeastern United States, there is a sound that cuts through the air like an ancient warning. It is not loud, it is not explosive, it is not dramatic, it is dry, rapid, and repetitive. A rattle. And for those who understand nature, that sound is not just a warning, it is an ultimatum. The Eastern Diamondback Rattlesnake, Crotalus adamantius, is not only the largest rattlesnake in the world, it is one of the most dangerous snakes in North America. What makes it truly frightening is not just its size, which can exceed 2.4 meters, 8 feet, but the perfect combination of venom potency, strike range, and its ability to cause internal destruction within minutes. The silent giant of the pine forests. This species inhabits regions of Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina. It prefers low vegetation areas, open fields, pine forests, and even coastal marshes. It does not chase humans. It does not hunt out of vengeance. But when threatened, it reacts with mathematical precision. Its body is thick and muscular, covered with diamond-shaped patterns that give it its name. This camouflage makes it nearly invisible among dry leaves and sandy soil. Many victims report the same thing. I only saw it when it was already too late. The attack mechanism. The Eastern Diamondback is an ambush predator. It remains motionless, sometimes for hours, waiting for vibrations in the ground. Its sensory system is extremely refined. In addition to vision, it possesses heat-sensing pits capable of detecting body heat with remarkable thermal accuracy. It literally sees heat. When an animal approaches, the attack is instantaneous. The strike can reach up to 2/3 of its body length. In fractions of a second, the retractable fangs extend, penetrate deeply, and inject venom under pressure, and then it retreats. Unlike what many imagine, it does not need to remain there. The venom will do the work. The venom, a complex biological weapon. The venom of the Eastern Diamondback is predominantly hemotoxic. This means it attacks blood and tissue, but that simple description does not do justice to what truly happens inside the body. The venom contains proteolytic enzymes that begin destroying cells immediately. It interferes with blood clotting, ruptures vessels, causes internal bleeding, and severe necrosis. The first symptoms include intense and immediate pain, rapid and progressive swelling, changes in blood pressure, nausea, and dizziness. Without rapid treatment, multiple organ failure can occur. Before the existence of modern anti-venom, mortality rates were significantly higher. Today, with proper medical care, many victims survive, but often face permanent consequences. In severe cases, amputations may be necessary due to tissue destruction. Quantity matters. While some snakes are famous for extreme toxicity, the Eastern Diamondback. Number 9. Mojave rattlesnake, Crotalus scutellatus. In the heart of the desert, where heat distorts the horizon and the ground seems to vibrate under the weight of the sun, there exists a snake that carries in its glands one of the most dangerous venom combinations in North America. The Mojave rattlesnake does not rely on colossal size or an intimidating posture to command respect. It carries something far more dangerous, a chemistry capable of attacking the human body on 2 levels at the same time. Unlike most rattlesnakes whose venom is primarily hemotoxic, the Mojave can possess a powerful neurotoxin capable of directly interfering with communication between nerves and muscles. This means that in addition to intense pain and tissue destruction, progressive paralysis may occur. This combination is uncommon among rattlesnakes, and that is exactly what makes it unpredictable. In some regions, venom composition varies among populations. Some individuals possess predominantly neurotoxic venom, others hemotoxic, and some present a mixture of both. This variability makes medical treatment more complex, as symptoms may manifest differently depending on the snake's origin. It inhabits deserts and semi-arid areas of the southwestern United States and northern Mexico, preferring rocky terrain, low shrubs, and regions where small mammals circulate. Its camouflage is effective. Olive green and light brown tones allow it to blend perfectly with the environment. Many people only realize its presence when they are already too close. Like all rattlesnakes, it possesses heat-sensing pits that allow it to detect prey even in darkness. Its strike is fast and precise. The bite occurs in fractions of a second, projecting retractable fangs that inject venom under pressure. After striking, it often retreats and waits for the venom to take effect. When the neurotoxic component predominates, early symptoms may include muscle weakness, difficulty speaking, blurred vision, and breathing problems. The hemotoxic component causes intense pain, progressive swelling, tissue destruction, and alterations in blood clotting. In severe untreated cases, respiratory failure or systemic complications may occur. Historically, before the widespread availability of antivenom, bites from this species were far more dangerous. Today, with rapid treatment, survival rates have increased significantly, but time remains a decisive factor. The Mojave is not naturally aggressive. Most bites occur when the animal is surprised, accidentally stepped on, or handled. Its rattle serves as a warning. The dry, vibrating sound is an attempt to avoid confrontation. Contrary to popular image, it does not chase people. In the ecosystem, it plays a fundamental role in controlling rodent populations, contributing to environmental balance. Without predators like it, rodent numbers would increase uncontrollably, directly impacting agriculture and the spread of disease. The real threat lies not in Number 8. Russell's viper, Daboia russelei. In the intense heat of South Asia, among agricultural fields, rural villages, and areas of dense vegetation, lives a snake whose reputation is built not only on fear, but on the real number of accidents recorded each year. Russell's viper is considered one of the most dangerous snakes in the world, not only because of the potency of its venom, but because of how frequently it comes into contact with humans. Found mainly in India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and parts of Southeast Asia, it inhabits regions where human presence is constant, drastically increasing the likelihood of encounters. Its body is robust and heavy, exceeding 1.5 meters, 5 feet in length, with a striking pattern of dark oval spots along its back that provide effective camouflage among dry leaves and agricultural terrain. Unlike snakes that prefer to flee silently, Russell's viper is known for emitting a loud, prolonged hiss when threatened, inflating its body and forming defensive curves before striking with surprising speed. Its strike is fast, direct, and often repeated more than once if it perceives continued threat. The venom of this species is predominantly hemotoxic, but its action goes far beyond simply affecting the blood. It deeply interferes with the clotting system, potentially causing severe hemorrhages as well as disseminated intravascular coagulation, a condition in which small clots form throughout the body, blocking blood vessels and leading to organ failure. Within minutes of the bite, pain is usually intense and immediate, accompanied by significant swelling. Soon after, bleeding may appear from the gums, in the urine, and beneath the skin. Blood pressure can drop dangerously, and the kidneys are among the most vulnerable organs, with acute kidney failure being common in severe cases. In regions where access to medical care is limited, the consequences can be fatal. Historically, this snake has been associated with a large number of deaths in India, being one of the main contributors to the country's high rate of snakebite envenomations. Its proximity to agricultural areas is a determining factor, as it is attracted by the abundance of rodents, which in turn are attracted by crops. Thus, an inevitable ecological cycle is formed. Where there is food, there is a predator. Many accidents occur at night when people walk barefoot or work in poorly lit fields. Russell's viper possesses long, efficient fangs capable of penetrating deeply and injecting significant amounts of venom. Unlike some snakes that may deliver dry bites, this species tends to inject venom effectively when it decides to strike. Treatment requires rapid administration of specific anti-venom, along with intensive monitoring of kidney function and coagulation parameters. Even with treatment, some patients face prolonged complications and may require temporary or permanent dialysis. Despite its reputation, Russell's viper is not aggressive without reason. Most attacks occur when it is accidentally stepped on or surprised. Its effective camouflage means many people simply do not notice its presence until it is too late. From an ecological perspective, it plays an essential role in controlling rodent populations, contributing to environmental balance and indirectly protecting human crops. Number 7. Tiger snake, Notechis scutatus. In the coastal regions and wetlands of southern Australia, where marshes blend into open fields and the climate can shift between cold winds and intense heat, lives a snake whose reputation has been built both on the potency of its venom and the effectiveness of its defensive behavior. The tiger snake gets its name from the bands that cross its body, subtly resembling a tiger's pattern, although its coloration can vary from dark tones to olive and even nearly black depending on the region. This variation aids in camouflage, allowing it to remain almost invisible visible among low vegetation, grasses, and flooded areas. It is a medium to large snake capable of exceeding 1.2 meters, 4 feet in length, with a robust body and a head slightly distinct from the neck. Despite its relatively common appearance when compared to other Australian snakes, its medical significance is considerable. The venom of the tiger snake is predominantly neurotoxic, but it also contains myotoxic and coagulant components, forming a biochemical cocktail capable of affecting multiple systems of the human body simultaneously. When a bite involves significant venom injection, symptoms may begin with localized pain and swelling, but can quickly progress to muscle weakness, difficulty breathing, intense sweating, and in severe cases, progressive paralysis. The neurotoxic action interferes with communication between nerves and muscles, potentially compromising respiratory muscles if treatment is not administered in time. Historically, before the widespread availability of anti-venom in Australia, tiger snake bites had high mortality rates. Today, thanks to a well-structured medical system and efficient production of specific anti-venom, most victims survive when they receive prompt treatment. Even so, time remains a decisive factor, as symptom progression can be relatively rapid depending on the amount of venom injected. Unlike some snakes that immediately flee, the tiger snake may adopt a defensive posture when cornered, raising the front part of its body, slightly flattening its neck, and displaying intimidating behavior before striking. This reaction does not indicate unprovoked aggression, but rather a defensive strategy when escape routes are limited. In most natural encounters, if given space, it will choose to retreat. Its diet is varied, including small mammals, birds, amphibians, and even other snakes. This dietary versatility contributes to its wide distribution and ecological success. In wet environments, it frequently feeds on frogs, while in drier areas it may focus on rodents. As a predator, it plays a crucial role in controlling small animal populations, maintaining ecological balance across various Australian habitats. Scientific studies show that tiger snake venom contains toxins with potential for medical research, particularly in studies of coagulation and neuromuscular mechanisms. Australia is known for hosting some of the most venomous snakes on the planet, and the tiger snake consistently ranks among the most clinically significant due to its combination of toxicity and relatively frequent occurrence in inhabited areas. Many accidents occur when people walk along natural trails, work in gardens, or operate in rural areas and inadvertently approach too closely. Number 6. Eastern green mamba, Dendroaspis angusticeps. In the coastal forests and wooded regions of eastern Africa, where dense vegetation and humid air blend with tropical heat, one of the continent's fastest and most elegantly lethal snakes moves almost invisibly among branches and leaves. The eastern green mamba does not inspire fear through extreme size like its black relative, nor through a heavy body like large vipers, but through its combination of speed, precision, and highly efficient neurotoxic venom. Its slender body can exceed 2 meters, 6.5 feet in length, with a vibrant green coloration that blends perfectly with foliage. This camouflage is not merely aesthetic, it is a survival tool that allows the snake to remain nearly invisible to both prey and potential threats. Unlike ground-dwelling snakes, the eastern green mamba is primarily arboreal, spending much of its life in trees, where it hunts birds, small mammals, and occasionally bats. Its behavior is generally discreet and reserved, preferring to flee rapidly when it senses vibrations or human approach. However, when cornered or left without an escape route, it may react with extremely fast strikes and multiple successive bites. The venom of this species is predominantly neurotoxic, containing toxins that directly interfere with nerve impulse transmission. After a bite involving significant venom injection, symptoms may include tingling sensations, progressive muscle weakness, difficulty speaking, blurred vision, and respiratory impairment. The toxins act by blocking or altering signals between nerves and muscles, potentially leading to paralysis without medical intervention. In areas where access to hospitals is limited, the risk increases considerably. However, it is important to emphasize that accidents involving the eastern green mamba are relatively rare compared to other more terrestrial African snakes frequently encountered in villages. This is largely because it prefers arboreal environments and tends to avoid direct contact with humans. Most recorded incidents involve careless handling or unexpected encounters during activities in forested areas. The speed of this snake is one of its most impressive traits. Among branches, it moves with remarkable agility, using its flexible body to balance and advance with precision. Its sensory system is highly developed, and its vision is considered relatively good for a snake, allowing efficient prey detection. When capturing an animal, the strike is swift, and the venom release is sufficient to immobilize quickly, reducing the need for prolonged struggle. Ecologically, the eastern green mamba plays an important role in controlling populations of small vertebrates, maintaining balance within forest ecosystems. Its presence often indicates relatively preserved environments, as it depends on trees and dense vegetation for survival. Habitat destruction and urban expansion in some African regions represent growing threats to the species, occasionally forcing it closer to inhabited areas. Treatment for envenomation involves administration of specific antivenom and respiratory support when necessary. With prompt and appropriate care, survival chances increase significantly. Number 5. Black mamba, Dendroaspis polylepis. In the open savannas and rocky regions of sub-Saharan Africa, where heat stretches across the horizon and wind moves through dry vegetation, there exists a snake whose name alone provokes immediate tension. The black mamba did not receive its name from its body color, which actually ranges from gray olive to brown, but from the dark interior of its mouth, which it displays as a warning when threatened. It is one of the longest snakes in Africa, capable of exceeding 4 meters, 13 feet in length, with a slender body, efficient musculature, and an elevated posture that makes it visually imposing when in a defensive stance. Unlike many snakes that prefer to remain discreet and motionless, the black mamba is known for extraordinary agility in open terrain, capable of moving at impressive speeds over short distances. This speed, combined with one of the most potent neurotoxic venoms among African snakes, has built its reputation as one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Its venom is predominantly neurotoxic and acts rapidly on the nervous system, interfering with signal transmission between nerves and muscles. After a bite involving significant venom injection, symptoms may include tingling around the mouth, intense sweating, difficulty speaking, blurred vision, and progressive muscle weakness. In severe untreated cases, paralysis of the respiratory muscles may occur, making immediate medical support absolutely crucial. Before the widespread availability of specific antivenom in affected regions, mortality rates were considerably higher. Today, with rapid treatment and proper antivenom administration, survival chances have increased significantly, although time remains a decisive factor. The black mamba does not hunt humans and does not waste energy attacking without reason. In most situations, it attempts to escape when it senses approach. However, if cornered or blocked, it may adopt a striking defensive display, raising part of its body, opening its dark mouth, and producing audible sounds before launching extremely rapid strikes, sometimes delivering multiple successive bites if the threat persists. This defensive sequence contributed to its historical fame in local and colonial accounts, often exaggerated over time. Ecologically, it plays a fundamental role in controlling populations of small mammals and birds, serving as an efficient predator in varied environments, from savannas to rocky areas and open forests. Its vision is relatively good compared to many other snakes, aiding prey detection in well-lit environments. Unlike the predominantly arboreal green mambas, the black mamba is mainly terrestrial, though it can climb trees when necessary. Its adaptability to different habitats has contributed to its wide geographic distribution. Scientific studies of its venom have revealed specialized toxins that affect ion channels and neuromuscular receptors, attracting interest in pharmacological research. What in nature functions as an efficient hunting and defense mechanism may, in the laboratory, provide valuable insight into nervous system function. Nevertheless, in rural African communities, an unexpected encounter with this snake can represent a serious medical emergency, particularly where access to hospitals is limited. Education programs and improved antivenom distribution have significantly reduced fatalities in recent decades. Number 4. Common krait, Bungarus caeruleus. In the rural plains of the Indian subcontinent, where villages stretch across agricultural fields and daily life continues even after nightfall, there exists a snake whose danger is directly linked to silence. The common krait is not imposing like a king cobra, nor visually intimidating like large, robust vipers. Its body is relatively slender, usually measuring between 1 and 1.5 meters, 3 to 5 feet in length, with dark coloration marked by thin light bands along its back. At first glance, it may appear discreet, almost too ordinary to inspire immediate fear, but it is precisely this discretion that contributes to its reputation as one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Unlike many snakes that display obvious defensive behavior when threatened, the krait is notoriously quiet and frequently active at night. Its nocturnal nature brings it dangerously close to human environments, especially in regions where people sleep on the ground or in open structures. Many historical accidents occurred while victims were sleeping, often without even realizing the moment of the bite. The venom of the common krait is predominantly neurotoxic and extremely potent. It works by blocking the transmission of nerve impulses, directly interfering with communication between nerves and muscles. One of the most treacherous aspects of this species is that the bite may be virtually painless at the moment of attack, without significant swelling or immediate external signs. This initial lack of severe symptoms may lead the victim to underestimate the situation. However, in the following hours, progressive signs emerge such as muscle weakness, difficulty speaking, blurred vision, drooping eyelids, and respiratory impairment. Without proper medical intervention, paralysis can advance, affecting the muscles responsible for breathing. Historically, before the widespread availability of anti-venom and ventilatory support, mortality rates associated with the krait were high in certain regions of India and neighboring countries. Today, with rapid treatment including specific anti-venom and respiratory support when necessary, recovery chances have increased significantly. The challenge, however, remains early recognition of the bite, as many patients reach hospitals only when neurological symptoms are already advanced. During the day, the krait tends to be more reclusive, seeking shelter in burrows, woodpiles, debris, or soil crevices. At night, it becomes more active, hunting small mammals, lizards, and even other snakes. This specialized diet highlights its important ecological role in controlling rodent and small reptile populations. Its proximity to agricultural and residential areas increases the likelihood of accidental encounters, especially where preventive measures are limited. Unlike snakes that hiss loudly or adopt intimidating postures, the krait may remain relatively passive when lightly touched, but can. Number 3. Inland taipan, Oxyuranus microlepidotus. In the arid heart of Australia, far from major cities and hidden among sun-cracked plains, isolated dunes, and clay soils that split into natural mosaics during drought, lives a snake that holds the title of possessing one of the most toxic venoms ever recorded among terrestrial snakes. The inland taipan, also known as the fierce snake, did not earn this nickname because of constant aggressive behavior, but because of the extraordinary potency of its venom and the impressive efficiency with which it can use it when necessary. Unlike the popular image of snakes that attack indiscriminately, this species is naturally reclusive, avoiding human contact whenever possible. Its remote habitat contributes to the rarity of encounters, but when they do occur, immediate attention is required due to the clinical potential of envenomation. The inland taipan has a slender body that can exceed 2 meters, 6.5 feet in length. Its coloration varies with the seasons, becoming darker during cooler months and lighter in warmer periods, an adaptation that assists with thermoregulation. This seasonal shift is a fascinating detail that reflects its refined evolutionary adjustment to Australia's extreme environment. Its venom is predominantly neurotoxic, but it also contains components that affect blood clotting and cause muscle damage. This combination creates a complex systemic effect capable of simultaneously interfering with the nervous system, blood, and muscles. In laboratory studies using experimental models, the venom's toxicity has demonstrated remarkable potency, often placing this species at the top of lists based on biochemical data. However, the real severity of an envenomation depends on multiple factors, including the amount injected, the location of the bite, and the speed of medical treatment. When a bite involves significant venom injection, symptoms may appear relatively quickly, including variable local pain, nausea, progressive muscle weakness, clotting disturbances, and neurological signs such as difficulty speaking and respiratory compromise. Without proper treatment, severe complications may occur. Fortunately, Australia has an advanced system for managing snakebite cases, with well-established protocols and effective anti-venom, drastically reducing mortality rates when treatment is prompt. The inland taipan is primarily diurnal, hunting small mammals adapted to arid environments. Unlike many snakes that deliver a single strike and retreat, this species may perform multiple rapid bites in succession when capturing prey, ensuring effective venom delivery and rapid incapacitation. This behavior is an evolutionary strategy that reduces the risk of prey escape and minimizes prolonged exposure to potential predators. Despite its impressive capabilities, documented human bite cases are extremely rare due to the species' geographic isolation. Most available clinical information comes from Number 2. Beaked sea snake, Enhydrina schistosa. In the warm waters of the Indian Ocean and the Western Pacific, where ocean currents pass through mangroves, estuaries, and densely populated coastal regions, lives a snake rarely featured in terrestrial documentaries, yet ranked among the most dangerous on the planet. The beaked sea snake is fully adapted to aquatic life, spending virtually its entire existence in the sea. Its body is laterally compressed, with a paddle-shaped flattened tail that provides efficient propulsion in water. Unlike terrestrial snakes, its nostrils have valves that close when submerged, and its physiology allows extended dives before returning to the surface to breathe. This complete adaptation to the marine environment has not diminished its defensive power. On the contrary, its venom is considered extremely toxic, with predominantly neurotoxic and myotoxic effects. The venom acts rapidly on the nervous system and muscles, potentially causing intense weakness, generalized muscle pain, and respiratory compromise in severe untreated cases. Although it lives in the ocean, this species frequently comes into contact with humans, particularly fishermen, as it can become entangled in fishing nets. Most recorded accidents occur in this context. When inadvertently handled or compressed, it may respond with a defensive bite. Unlike many terrestrial snakes, local pain may initially be mild, leading to underestimation of the risk. However, systemic symptoms may develop in the following hours, including muscle stiffness, difficulty moving, and, in more severe cases, progressive paralysis. The myotoxic effects can cause significant muscle breakdown, releasing substances into the bloodstream that may affect the kidneys. Without treatment, complications can develop. Fortunately, in regions with adequate medical infrastructure, the administration of specific anti-venom and supportive care significantly reduces mortality rates. The beaked sea snake is generally active and may display greater agitation when caught in nets, contributing to its reputation as more reactive than other sea snakes. Its habitat includes shallow coastal waters, estuaries, and turbid mangrove-adjacent areas rich in fish and other marine organisms that make up its diet. It feeds primarily on fish, using its venom to immobilize prey quickly and efficiently in an aquatic environment where prolonged struggle would be energetically costly. From an ecological perspective, it plays a relevant role in the marine food chain, helping regulate fish populations and maintain balance in coastal ecosystems. Its presence indicates productive marine environments, although pollution and coastal degradation represent growing threats. Scientific studies analyze the toxins in its venom to better understand neuromuscular mechanisms and potential pharmacological applications. What serves in nature as a hunting tool adapted to aquatic life becomes a source of biomedical research in the laboratory. Although its ranking among the most dangerous snakes in the world is supported by the high toxicity of its venom, deliberate attacks on humans are rare. Most incidents occur through involuntary contact during fishing activities. Educational programs for fishermen have been essential in reducing incidents, encouraging careful net handling and the safe release of accidentally captured snakes. Number 1. King Cobra, Ophiophagus hanna. In the dense tropical forests of Southeast Asia, where vegetation forms green walls and humid air carries unseen sounds between the trees, moves a snake that holds a unique place in the natural world. The king cobra is not just another venomous species, it is the largest venomous snake on the planet, capable of exceeding 5 meters, 16 feet in length. Its size is impressive, but it is the combination of behavioral intelligence, striking defensive posture, and ability to inject a large quantity of venom that sustains its position among the most dangerous real snakes in the world. Unlike many snakes that avoid immediate confrontation, the king cobra can raise a significant portion of its body when threatened, lifting itself high enough to look an adult human directly in the eye. At that moment, it spreads its characteristic hood, expands the neck region, and emits a deep hiss that echoes as a clear warning. This behavior is not gratuitous aggression, but an intimidation strategy designed to avoid physical conflict. Its scientific name, Ophiophagus, literally means snake eater, reflecting its specialized diet composed mainly of other snakes, including venomous species. This role as a high-level predator places it in a unique ecological position, helping regulate reptile populations within its habitat. The king cobra's distribution includes countries such as India, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines, inhabiting tropical forests, mountainous areas, and regions near water bodies. Its venom is predominantly neurotoxic, acting on the nervous system and interfering with neuromuscular impulse transmission. Although its toxicity per milligram is not the highest among all snakes, the quantity it can inject in a single bite is significant. This combination of volume and potency is clinically relevant. After an effective envenomation, symptoms may include local pain, dizziness, blurred vision, difficulty swallowing, muscle weakness, and respiratory compromise. Without rapid treatment, severe complications may occur. In regions with adequate access to specific antivenom and medical support, survival rates are much higher than in the past. Historically, accounts of the king cobra contributed to its almost mythical aura, often exaggerating behaviors and intentions. Scientific observations indicate that it prefers to avoid humans and retreats whenever possible. Attacks generally occur when it feels cornered, when its nest is threatened, or during careless handling. One fascinating aspect of its biology is its reproductive behavior. The female builds a nest using leaves and debris, rare behavior among snakes, and may remain nearby to guard the eggs until hatching. This demonstrates an uncommon level of parental care within the group. The king cobra possesses relatively well-developed vision compared to many snakes, aiding in movement detection. Its strong musculature allows efficient movement on land, and thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Also, check out other interesting videos that are appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.